Hello and welcome to, we're doing a Q&A today. I don't know whether it's obvious, but
Jem wanted to be in
Jem
it
wanted
as
to
well.
be in the video. We asked on YouTube, Instagram and Facebook for some questions, and I have to say we've had some pretty good ones this time, guys. Well done.
Some different ones. You ready to get started?
I'm ready.
Okay. I'm going to start with the YouTube ones first because, YouTube. So, Ron asked, hi, what's your favourite fast food item? E.g. Big Mac, Red Rooster Roll, etc. And why is it your favourite? That's very specific, Ron. Like, item, not
Ron.
even like favourite fast food place.
Okay.
This is tricky.
I've probably got, am I allowed to have two, Ron?
We can do it if we want.
You can't go past a hash brown from Macca's.
That is true. They are very good.
They are always
Screams
good.
road trip as well.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
yeah. And the other thing that would probably be my kind of long-term favourite is popcorn chicken from KFC.
Really? We
Yeah.
never have KFC.
No, because you don't let me.
Oh, that's it. This is not something that we really have very often, is it?
I used to, when I worked at Bacchus Marsh, there was a KFC across the road, and I would go and get popcorn chicken by my lunch day.
Really?
Yeah.
Things you learn. I wasn't sure about this one, but I think I'm going to say, Porto
Oh yeah, Bondi.
burger.
For sure.
Porto's probably, like, if I'm choosing what sort of, if we're having kind of fast food takeaway, I guess, not fancier takeaway, I like
Double
the
Bondi
chili
burger.
sauce and the mayo. I really like that. I can't, probably if I had to say from Macca's, I would say like the breakfast. Like I like a bacon and egg McMuffin, that type of thing. But none of the burgers I'm like massive on at Macca's.
It's kind of hard because we really don't eat that much.
Probably just if we're travelling
Yeah.
or whatever, more so. Like if we're going to get takeaway, we'll get something a bit, what's the next one up? Like GYG, that type of thing. But that's a good question. Funnily enough, Red Rooster. We have a Red Rooster.
I don't think we've ever
right
eaten
around the
from
corner
there.
from our house at Waratah, and I don't think we've ever been there. So that is pretty funny. Okay, this one's for you, Dan. What were your first gaming consoles? Have you ever been into video game? Or have you been into video games since childhood? And when did you start?
So we didn't have a lot of money as kids, so we never had a console. Like I'm 40, about to turn 44, so we didn't really have consoles. We never had a Commodore 64 or anything like that. I bought my first one when I was like working, and it was a PlayStation, like that grey traditional PlayStation. And I would
Is that
play
like a PlayStation 1?
Yeah, like the first version of PlayStation. And I would play like not what people would probably class as like traditional video games, like Tony Hawk, Kelly Slater, Matt Hoffman. They're all like kind of X Games, BMX, skateboard, surfing. They're the games that I played. And my main memory was I put a lock on my bedroom door at home because my brothers would come home from school and play my bloody PlayStation, and I would get so mad at them.
It's not like it's going to run out.
And then I didn't play video games for a really long time.
When you're an adult?
Like when we've been together, I might have had a PlayStation 2 for a little while.
I think we had a Wii.
We've had a Wii, but I've had the Switch for a few years now, and I got the PlayStation 5 when it came out. So, and I hadn't had a PlayStation since like maybe the PlayStation 2. So, yeah, I hadn't played traditional video games for a long time, but as you guys know, Zelda has got me in, and the new Zelda comes out in May, and I'm very, very excited.
Okay. when and where is your next big trip?
You can answer that.
Well, I don't know if it's a big trip.
Well, it's our first overseas trip since COVID.
True.
So I think that makes it quite big, in my opinion.
But it's not like long, I guess I was thinking. So in June, we're going to Hawaii for a week, just to Oahu. So we've been there twice? 3 times? I can't remember.
We've definitely been to the North Shore twice. So I think we've been there 3 times.
Yeah, because we did like a stopover on the way to the US.
Yeah, when we stayed at the Modern, we didn't go to the North Shore, and we've been to the North Shore twice. So this will be our 4th time.
And we like to spend half the time, or most of the time, in the North Shore of Oahu, and then a few nights in Waikiki just for fun. So
to shop and eat at the Cheesecake Factory.
We want to go to Costco and we want to go to Whole Foods, and we just want to go swimming and snorkeling and enjoy the nice warm weather in June, which will be in our winter. So that will be nice. And then apart from that, this year we've got the Women's World Cup soccer/football in Australia and New Zealand. And we are going to all of the Australian kind of, what do you call them, qualifying matches.
Like the round robin, like the group matches.
Group matches.
Yeah.
And we're going to a couple of the other big...
Yeah, we're going to like the next round, I think it might be the round of 16, and then a semi-final and the final. We've got tickets for the final. So,
oh, do we?
Yeah.
So they're mostly in Sydney, but also one in Brisbane, one in Melbourne. So we kind of just have a bit of time off around that. But that's all we've really got planned this year. I did say to Dan, what did we want to do next year? Do you think the US maybe?
I think so. We're pretty obsessed with Texas barbecue, and Erica wants to eat Tex-Mex. So I think we want to go to Texas.
Friends in Texas as well. That would be nice to visit. And we've never been there.
Yeah.
Like we've not really done anything much in the middle. We've been a bit on the coasts, like on the east and west coast. So that would be exciting, because I think there was another question.
There was a question.
Yeah, when is your next trip to the States? Where would you be going? And would you do a meet-up with some of your viewers? I don't think we have enough viewers to warrant a meet-up. But that's lovely that you think that there is. I don't know if anyone would come, but of course
How
we would.
embarrassing.
I know, can you imagine we're just sitting there? But obviously we've met up with people before, more in a like
friend
one-on-one capacity. But yeah, hope so. I guess we're going to Hawaii. I don't know if that counts as what you were thinking of as the States. But we're going, hopefully, maybe going to Texas, because I'm looking with Qantas. We have, we collect Qantas points. So for our flights to Hawaii, I booked them with our Qantas points, and it only cost us a couple of $100 for the 2 of us. And then we can fly direct from Sydney into Dallas. So hopefully I can use our points to do that as well, if I'm organised with the dates. Because I would almost need to book it the day that it kind of comes out. What's the next big project now that the awesome extension and backyard are finished? Love the channel. Thank you, AA. That's very kind of you.
So we don't have any plans to do much more to the house aside from the bathroom. Erica wants to do the bathroom. I just want to hold off for a little bit longer. I don't think we will do anything this year at all.
No.
We need to recover financially, emotionally, physically. Not physically, we didn't do anything. But from...
financially, mostly.
From the back project that we just finished. Most of this house is done except for the bathroom.
Yeah.
We did the kitchen when we moved in. It's limited to what we could do in there anyway. Now the back's done, the front's done. Really, it would be replacing the plasterboard in this house, which just seems like a job that's just beyond even thinking about. And like not a lot of return in investment for that type of job, whereas a bathroom adds a lot more value to the house.
Yeah, but we'd really need to save up a lot more money to to be able to afford that, which would be lovely, and hopefully in the next,
couple of years.
3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't be as big as a job as
That.
what happened out in the back. Although I would want to probably change the layout a little bit, just to give us a bit more space in the bathroom, because our current bathroom is kind of a dicky shape and quite small. So we could possibly take up some of the hallway, which wouldn't, anyway. So it just means it'll cost more, basically. Okay. I need to make this bigger. So tiny.
Why is it so small?
I don't know. Trini said, I'm interested in the Asian cooking you're experimenting with, and any cookbooks you recommend, any cooking utensils you recommend to get started.
Let me get the cookbook.
Okay. So this year, in case you're wondering what that's about, I sort of set myself a bit of a goal of experimenting with more Asian cooking, because it's not something that I'm terribly confident in. And so I have bought a couple of books, and we have cooked. I'm keeping a list of the things that we've cooked so far. So we have cooked, let me find it, Asian recipes. So we did these Indonesian soy eggs and an Indonesian veggie stir fry, spicy Szechuan wontons, chicken, prawns and broccoli, pad see ew, Korean pancakes. We've also done okonomiyaki, which I haven't put on yet, and then Dan's cooking tonight.
Yeah, so I've got Vietnamese pork, like it's Vietnamese caramel pork mince, and some stir-fried veggies out of this cookbook by Recipe Tin Eats. And yeah, I'm going to cook that and some veggies. So I'm going to do that tonight. The main books we've been using is this Recipe Tin Eats.
And then this one, which is the Complete Asian Cookbook by Charmaine Solomon. It is a very big book, but it is broken down by cuisines, kind of. So India and Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Burma, Thailand, Cambodia and Laos, Vietnam, the Philippines, China, Korea and Japan. And each...
There's like Malaysia in there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And each chapter is about a specific place, and it talks about what is intrinsic, is that the word, to their cuisine, what sort of ingredients they use, how they serve meals. So that part of it I think has been interesting, and it has a lot of recipes. I will say the one thing I don't like is that it has a lot of recipes. So this is 4 recipes on a page
picture.
And no pictures. So I guess if you don't know how, I like knowing what something is supposed to look like at the end. And also when you see a picture, you're like, oh, let's try that. Whereas you're just reading the recipes. This has been great, and we've cooked heaps of recipes out of here already.
And it's not just Asian
No.
recipes in here. There's lots of different recipes, but there is a lot of really easy, delicious Asian recipes in here, and we've really enjoyed using this book a lot.
Yeah.
One of the parts of that question was cooking utensils. We don't have a lot of Asian cooking utensils, really.
Nothing. We do have a fry pan that's sort of a bit deeper,
Wokish,
that's shaped a little bit like a wok that we've been using. We haven't bought anything specific, except we did buy a little Japanese deep fryer from Costco that we haven't used yet because...
And it just goes on the stove. It's not like a plug-in deep fryer.
Yeah, I'm terrified of deep frying. I've never really done it, and we just haven't got to that yet, but I would like to try it. But apart from that, I don't know of anything specific. I mean, maybe a mandolin kind of slicer would be helpful if you're doing a lot of veggies
Chopping,
or salads or something. Okay. Traveller said, hi ladies, we know Dan works for Costco. Of course we do. What about you, Erica? Who do you work for and what do you do? So I don't know if people know my work history, but I worked in cruise lines for 15 years, and I was made redundant kind of at the start of COVID. Oh,
June 2020.
So not at the start of COVID, but into COVID. And since then, I have been working kind of part-time on Have Butter Will Travel with the recipe creation and whatnot. Mainly the website, not so much the YouTube channel. And then I also work part-time online as like a contractor for other businesses, kind of doing virtual assistant or that type of work. So
Can I fix up the microphone? It was pointing
wrong with it?
downwards. It
Oh,
was like
okay.
not clicked on properly, so it was just pointing right down.
Well, yours is that way.
Yeah, yours was barely hanging on to the thing and it was about to fall off.
I do notice mine's louder because I have it like that than yours when I'm editing.
Okay.
We're still getting used to the microphones, guys. It's been a bit of a learning curve, and we've had in our vlogs quite a few instances where
we didn't record
nothing, this
sound.
isn't turned on, that's not turned on, so that's fun. Okay, let's move to Facebook questions. Trish asks, can Erica explain the type of lemon tree she got, please, as I would like one for the balcony. Other than that, I enjoy everything. Oh, thanks, Trish. It's a Maya lemon tree, and I don't know how to explain it. It's not dwarf. I think it's grafted, so it's a small. It's not like going to be as large as a traditional lemon tree. So it's like a small version of a Maya lemon tree. That's my extent of knowledge about it.
And it's in a pot, so it's going to be limited anyway.
Yes, that's true. But we do have, I think, 3 or 4
I think there's 4
fruit on it that are starting to go yellow. So it's very exciting because I thought we wouldn't get anything for years. So that's cool. We do feed it well with special lemon tree
That's
fertilizer.
coming up next week on our calendar. Every 6 months.
And I also water it a lot. And same with the herbs. I don't water all of the garden, but I try and make sure the lemon tree and the herbs have lots of water because apparently to produce fruit, they need lots of food and water. Okay. This was a good question from Sharon, which... Have you kept any of your challenges in your daily routines? I remember you doing cold showers, grounding, etc. So those monthly well-being challenges, have we kept any? I wouldn't think so. The one thing that we're good at is exercise, like some sort of movement.
In the morning. We get up in the morning
day.
and we do exercise most days.
Yeah, but... that's about it. We're not great with all the other things. It's also like there gets to be so many things that it's just like, oh, stuff it.
Yeah.
Cold showers, meditating, reading. It's like I don't have time in the day to do all these things. If there was one thing out of the wellbeing challenges, like that was your favourite or anything that you...
It was probably the grounding.
Yeah.
The walking on the grass.
We do that sometimes. Mm-hmm. And we also have actual nice grass in our backyard now, so we don't have to walk down the road to do it. But yeah, that was a nice one. Okay. Linda had 3 travel-related questions. Where's your favourite place to go on holiday overseas?
It's pretty much anywhere in the US at the moment. I love San Francisco a lot. We've been there 3 times, I want to say now, maybe more. 3, I think. 3 or 4.
4, I think.
4. So
we got married there.
Yeah, we really, really like San Francisco a lot. So that's probably one of my favourite places to go overseas. Mm-hmm. And Hawaii.
Yeah, I was going to say Hawaii, but also Japan. We really love going to Japan. But I mean, there's also so many places that we haven't been that also it's like, we're going back to Hawaii. Like, we should be going somewhere new, but it felt right.
Also, for our first trip out after COVID, going somewhere that we're familiar with, and I think that will just make it a little bit easier.
Where's your favourite place to go on holiday in Australia?
So probably for me, the most favourite place I've been, I don't know whether I would go back like time and time again. So I don't know if that's the kind of question you're asking, but I loved Kakadu. I just thought Kakadu was like
special,
another world.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to believe that is in Australia.
Yeah, it's almost like you should be in Africa or something, isn't it? I don't know, your favourite place to go on holiday is like where you should be going every year or something, but we don't really go back to a lot of places regularly, do we, in Australia?
We do, but it's like the Gold Coast for your nan and Wollongong
Yeah.
for my family.
It's not the Gold Coast. I mean, I don't mind the Gold Coast, but gosh, I don't know. I don't know my favourite place to go on holiday in Australia. I'm happy to go anywhere. Most places, should I say. Not
Inverell.
I went there. Had a lovely time. Okay, last one from Linda. What's your favourite cruise ship or cruise line to cruise with? So I worked for Princess Cruises. And
that's the only cruises we've done.
No, I was like, when I read this, I was like, well, really, we've just done Princess. But we've done Carnival, P&O, Princess, Seabourn. Is that all?
I mean, if we don't have to pay full price, it's Seabourn. That was the best cruise we've ever done.
Everything doesn't know, it's like a luxury
yacht.
Like
Tuna.
I think it's called it's small though. And yeah, everything's included, including alcohol. Not that that mattered to us, but it's very, very fancy.
We did that in Europe with our friends before they had babies, and there was like, we went to Ephesus, but then we went to Ephesus as part of Seabourn after it had closed, and there was like a concert there just for us. I mean,
classical music. Like they'd set up all these. So Ephesus is like a massive, big ruins in Turkey, and it was like after it. And
we had dinner there, and it's just like we did not belong there. Let me tell you.
But we had the best time. But probably Princess, just because I'm a princess girl.
You are.
Princess Cruise Line. But we've loved our cruises with Princess. Like we've done 2 cruises in Europe. We've done Alaska. So we've done
New Zealand
a couple of times. Queensland, South Pacific, obviously. I think that wasn't with Princess though. We've done a lot of cruises, and Carnival, we've done 2 of their New Year's cruises with other people, which is just like a very different experience than it just being us 2. It's kind of fun.
It's better just us.
I think that is all of them.
Well, it's been going a fair while. Does that say 25 minutes? I think we're done. We will do more Q&As like this because they're kind of fun to film, and we like the interaction with our audience.
Yes.
So keep an eye out. We will pop a question in the YouTube, what's that? Our community
tab, yeah.
Facebook and Instagram when we're doing one, and you can ask us any question. We may not answer it.
We might not answer it, but thank you so much for watching, and we hope you've had fun getting to know us, and we'll see you next week, probably for another vlog.
The vlogs have been fun too.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for watching.
Bye. Jem stayed there that whole time.
Yes, she did. She's annoying.